Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Drink Pink Zoom team training call tonight. For the 5th of November, we are really excited to talk to you guys about what we're going to talk about tonight. We have all been doing the momentum movement, and several of you are doing it with us, which we are so excited about. And a few things have kind of been really heavy on our hearts that we really felt like we should talk about with you guys. So we would really like to talk about systems with you guys tonight, so that you guys all know exactly what to do, from posting on Facebook to enrolling someone and onboarding them. And then we're going to be talking about some other aspects of that at another time. We don't want to overwhelm you guys or overload you guys with information. So that's really what we're going to be talking about tonight, so that you guys know exactly how to get someone to sign up, and so that you guys all understand and realize that you can't post and pray. So there has to be intentional action that's happening, intentional action that happens every day, for people to see your posts, people to have interest. Honestly, I think that helps with people's names coming to your mind. Tiffany just this morning had someone reach out to her that wasn't even on her radar right now, that she enrolled today. So things like that happen. It's happened to me. It's happened to Marquet. I know it's happened to several of you. So that is just so important as well, to just help you be in tune, with really what's going on. And I feel like, sorry, I have like this huge light bulb over my head. Just to really help you guys know exactly what to do and how to make momentum and movement happen, because it doesn't just magically happen, right? Before we start into the actual systems training though, sorry, you guys are going to have little Riley notes thrown at me the whole time, I think. So, okay. So Kathy, I hope it's okay that I'm sharing a little bit of this today. I reached out to Marquet and Tiffany just a few minutes ago and said, I really feel like this is something we need to talk about, because I know this is something that Tiffany, Marquet, and I have all experienced. And that is when good is happening, and when you are going about doing good and helping people feel good and have success financially, have success with their health, have success with having a strong community around them, Satan does not like it. And Satan is going to put roadblocks in your way, and he is going to throw people at you to try to tear you down and to try to pull you back from you stepping into who God or a higher being, whoever you want to believe in, needs you to be. So I have had experiences with this with people at work. Kathy had an unpleasant experience with someone at work today. And so I want to tell you guys that that's normal, that happens, and to expect it. Okay, expect that it will come. And when it comes, I want you guys to do exactly what Sweet Kathy did and realize and recognize that that is Satan trying to tear you down. That is Satan trying to stop good work from happening. It's him trying to stop people from feeling good, from having a strong community, from having success and stepping into their full potential. So I want you guys to know that's normal. We've all experienced it. You're all going to have days where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know who else I'm going to talk to. I don't know who else I'm going to find. I don't know how I'm going to continue growing. I have lived that more times than I can count. And I know Tiffany has lived it. I know Marquet has lived it. Tiffany and I lived it for 2 years, you guys. When we were stuck and we literally did not know what to do. So rise above it. Never give up on yourself. When you have bad experiences and bad times, reach out to your friends, to your community, to us, because we will help talk you through it, and we will help you see the truth in the situation. So I love you all. I am going to turn the time over to Tiffany for a few minutes to have us start off with the systems. Did you need to say something, Marquet?
Yeah, can I just interject real quick? So
yes.
Sometimes, yeah, it is other people, but more times than not, the issues that arise are my own. It's myself. It's the negative thoughts. It's the down talking to myself. So I think it's important that we need to be aware too of the negative self-talk is also not coming from good place. So, because for if any of you are like me and don't get out too much and don't have coworkers, your brain is can be your worst enemy and your best friend. So anyway, just wanted to put that in there too.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you, Marquet. I agree. Getting in your own head is sometimes even worse than someone else trying to put you down. So thank you. That is fantastic advice. Thank you. All right, Miss Tiffany, take it away.
Okay. Hi, you guys. This is kind of fun. I like this like nighttime call. It's kind of fun. Hey, guys. Feels like it's kind of like a girls' night. So we
Except
are.
that Trevor's here.
Oh, hi, Trevor. Sorry,
Trevor's
I didn't.
here.
Yeah. It's a girls'
It's
night.
really okay. It's the story of my life. I'm generally surrounded by women, so it's okay. I join lots of girls' nights.
Well, you're always welcome to join in. That's awesome. I didn't see Tanisha hop on too. Hi, Tanisha. Okay, so we know from experience that as you start to share, that can be very uncomfortable. And for a long time, and when you first start, I think sometimes you can get away with what Crystalline and I call the post and pray, because people are interested. They haven't seen you post anything like that before. So they're like, oh, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's pretty, not simple, but likely to generate at least 3 people from that initial post without doing a ton of legwork, just because people trust you and they're going to reach out to you because they're seeing something new. So then we get to a point, you're like, okay, now that first little initial wave is gone, however big that wave is. Some people it's 1, some people it's 3 or 4, some people it's 6. And after that first initial wave, you're like, now what? So we are going to talk about the now what. How do you continue to work your business and grow so you can reach these goals that you have? Number 1 in all of this, in all things, is consistency. So not just doing things one time, but doing things every single day. And that little bit of consistency is what creates massive results over time. So even when Crystalline and I weren't growing and we didn't quite know what we were doing, we were still posting, people. So you just got to keep going. And eventually you're going to have a harvest at some point, whether that's sparse because you haven't been doing the things, or it's massive because you have been doing the things. So number 1, you post on Facebook, you share Plexus, how in your life, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for this today, or having my pink drink, or whatever it is. Share Plexus in your life. You're going to share on social media. If you need help with posts, we can help you. If you see something that one of us posts, at least me, I will speak for myself, you are always welcome to copy and paste what I post. It is free game. And I know I can speak for Crystalline and Marquet in that as well. Anytime, anything you see from us, you're welcome to copy and paste and share. Sometimes when we're talking to people and you hear a constant issue coming up, you can post something targeted kind of towards one person and say, oh, this person was asking me about collagen. I'm going to post a collagen testimonial, or I'm going to post some of the science behind collagen. And you can post directed towards one person. You can also post some of the science behind Plexus. And though I will tell you that stories typically sell better than science, unless you're a green personality and then you want all the research. Okay, in there, please. So number 1, you're going to post. Even it can be simple, like a shout out. Thank you so much, Crystalline, for introducing me to my pink drink. I've noticed this and this and this, and I'm feeling so much better. Whatever it is. Yes. Go ask daddy, okay? Okay, thanks, babe. Okay, after you do that post, your next task is to sit down and create a list. This list is ever growing. You've heard us talking about it. It's ever changing. You're going to start with the people very closest to you. It's probably going to be like 10 people. You're going to create that list, and as names come to mind or you see people popping up and being like, oh, this could help them, you're adding their name onto the list. Okay. The next step is you're going to reach out to them, and I have some really great messaging options. So lots of times we get in our head and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to, this person's been posting about how anxious they are. And I know Triplex and Vital Biome could help them because it's helped me. But if I message them, what are they going to think of me? Are they going to think I'm just trying to get their money? Are they going to think that I'm being pushy or salesy? And you guys, that's not how we do this. That's not the way we work. So there's a couple different messaging options in a situation like that. The first one is going to be, maybe you post something about Vital Biome. You're going to message them and say, hey, I noticed that you have been posting about how anxious you are with everything going on. I totally understand, and you are not alone. And I shared a story today that I think might be interesting to you. Would you have a second to go look at it? You guys, that's like normal conversation talk, right? Like that's not salesy or pushy. That's just saying, hey, I thought of you and I saw this experience and it's helped me. Check it out. Maybe it will help you too. That's what we're in the business of doing, is helping people. And that's not salesy. That is showing people that you are aware of them and caring about them. The second thing you can do is, maybe this person is not a super close family member. We got to start a conversation somehow, right? So we're not going to be those people that are like, hey, P.S., I started this thing. You want to buy it from me? That's not what we do. And so we're going to message, and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I saw your cute pictures from Halloween last weekend. Your kids were so cute. Tell me how things are going. I'd love to catch up. And you have those really natural conversations. In the event that something comes up and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed, or, oh, we've been sick, or whatever, what a great opportunity for you to say, oh my gosh, that was totally us last year. I started my kids on this multivitamin and they haven't been sick in like a year. It's been so nice. I'm happy to send you info about it if you want it. Okay. Again, it's not salesy. It's not pushy. You're just saying, this helped my kids. This helped my family. Maybe it would be a good fit for you. And then the third one is kind of a little bit more of a cold message. This is someone who maybe they have posted about something and you're like, okay, I can help this person. And again,
Remember, it's not a cold message. It's a warm message. That's what Brooke says.
Message.
It's not a cold message.
Straight up warm message. Because if your friends, they're all warm. They love you, right? If you're connected to them in some way, then it's not cold. It's already warm. So a straight up message, you're going to send something like, oh my gosh, this last weekend, I totally binged on Halloween candy and I'm getting back on board with a couple of my friends. We have this thing that we're all trying, the system. Could I send you a video about it and see if it would be a good fit for you? Okay. I have all of this. I will post in the group page a whole list of sample messages for you guys. Okay. But again, we're not saying, oh, I have this stuff. Do you want to buy it from me? Okay. This is like genuinely coming from a place of care. We want to help our friends. And we say, oh my gosh, this is what's working. Can I send you info? Maybe it's not going to be for you. If you're not interested, that's totally fine. I really like to avoid the word interested. I don't like that word. So I typically try to say it may or may not be for you, or this might be a good fit, or do you have a second to watch this 3-minute video? And then we just go into the send, share, and invite. When you are, I'm trying to think how I want to say that. When you are fearful, look at, I wore my Fear is a Liar shirt today. Oh, that was not even on purpose. I just thought of that. When you are fearful, the huge majority of the time, that is a result of your mindset. I know, because I've been there. When you think, oh my gosh, this person's gonna think I'm so retarded. I just the other day sent a warm message, or a straight up message, to a girl from high school, and we'd been chatting back and forth a little bit, but I said, hey, I was thinking of you. I know you're a busy nurse, and I have other nurse friends who are so busy, so I totally understand that this is something that's helping them. Could I send you info about it? Nothing. I got no response. And I was like, oh my gosh, telling myself, she thinks I'm crazy. She thinks I'm being salesy and pushy. I go through all of those same thoughts too. And you know what? About 4 days later, I got a message from her, and she was like, oh my heck, I'm so sorry. It took me so long to respond to you. I totally had been so busy. I'm super interested. Tell me about what you're doing. That is not the narrative I was telling myself in my head. But all of that narrative was not true. Okay. Do not let those fears talk you out of sharing, because you know your intent. You are truly trying to help someone. And when we act based on those authentic intentions of service and love and help, we don't have to worry about being salesy. All we're doing is providing. There's a thing that says, I'm not pitching a product, I'm providing a solution. And that is one of my very favorite things to keep in mind. I'm not pitching you my product, I'm providing you a solution. Whether or not they take you up on that is their choice. And the hard part about that is removing yourself from that outcome sometimes. So any questions about any of that? Okay, so every day we should be posting something on Facebook, posting some type of sharing plexus. You should be sending. Crystalline, you gonna pitch in?
Yes, I was just going to say one thing. So with posting, so the consistency is so important. Like when I started, I was posting, like trying to post on Facebook 3 times a day. And for me, that was not sustainable. That was really overwhelming. So I now I post to my page once a day. And then I do little snippets in my stories through the day, because people click through those stories like crazy. So I do a lot of Plexus things in my stories, just like quick information to give to people. And then I don't barf Plexus all over my Facebook page. So I like to do Plexus posts 2 to 3 times a week. And then everything else is something motivational, something I'm doing with my girls, something like thought provoking, or I'll do like silly little survey things, just something to get engagement on my page. So I just wanted to kind of add that little feedback that you want to make your page you, because people are going to be interested in Plexus because of you. So you want to make sure that your page and that your posts and everything are authentically you, because that's why people join your team and they decide to try the products, because they like you and they see how they've improved your life. So you want to make sure that along with your posting, that you are honestly posting the things that are important to you, whether that's being a mom, whether that's your job, whether that's baking, cooking, hiking. People are going to want to watch to see what you're doing. So, I mean, like, people can go to my Facebook page and clearly see I have 2 daughters. I love to hunt. I love the outdoors. I love Plexus. and my husband's a taxidermist. So like people can clearly go to my page and see those specific things about me. And anybody who were to just glance at my page would probably be able to clearly pick those things out. Like with Tiffany, she's got 4 kids. She loves her collagen. She's a busy mom. You know, like, I mean, there's definite things that you can pick out on her page. So just over time, you just have to kind of build that brand of things that are important to you that you like, and then throw the plexus in there. Like Brooke and Emily kind of say, only do about 20 to 30% plexus, and everything else has to be you.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah,
That was my 2 cents.
perfect. Good clarification. So you should be sharing on social. Some people don't share on social, and you know what? That's okay. You don't have to be super active on social media to be successful in this business. The key is talking to people. So you send your 3 to 6 messages a day. If you're really working to rank up, double that, 6 to 12 messages a day. Build those relationships. Reach out to people. Tell them that you have something that can help. Some of them aren't going to answer you. That's okay. Don't take it personally. Some of them are. They're going to say, no, thank you. I'm not super interested. You know what? That's okay too. But you are going to get people that are interested. And so the next step at that point would be something like, oh my gosh, awesome. Let me send you this video. And you're going to send the triplex video or the microbiome video or a story, something that relates to their experience. And then at that point, it's really beneficial if you can get them to commit to some type of event or interaction. And that doesn't have to be a scheduled like 30-minute Zoom that we do every once in a while. It can be as simple as, hey, I am free tomorrow afternoon. Can you hop on the phone with me or on a Zoom call with me and we can talk a little bit more about it? That's simple, right? And if you want to hop on that Zoom with me, I will gladly send you a sample and you can try the pink drink. Or you know, does that sound like something that's a good fit for you? If it is, let me throw you in a 3-way message with my friend Tiffany or Crystalline or whoever your sponsor is, and she can help get you the info because I'm still learning too. So let me connect you with her and she can answer all of our questions. Okay, you don't have to be the expert to be good at this business. You just have to know how to connect people. Then you can also and at this point, sometimes it's really beneficial to introduce the sharing aspect too. So someone says, oh, I'm interested. Awesome. Let's get on a Zoom call tomorrow afternoon at 3 when you're free and we can talk about it. Who else do you think could join in? Think your mom would be interested or your sister? It's really conversational and easy to get that ball rolling, right? I mean, they haven't even signed up yet, but you're getting them thinking, who else do you think could do it with you? Okay. Other ideas are lives. When your product comes, do a live unboxing. Show people our awesome Plexus envelopes and all of your goodies, and you can talk about why you love it or what it does. Lives are really great, and Thursdays seems to be a good live day as far as your algorithms. So lives on Thursdays. Let me think what else. We, of course, are always happy to do scheduled events. If you are doing your reach outs and your contacts and you're getting people that are like, oh yeah, I'd like to know more. I'd like to know more. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't talk to all of these people. Say, okay, we're going to get together Wednesday night at whatever time and we'll go over it. And then you just let me and Crystalline or whoever else know, and we will jump on and help you with those lives if that's something, or with those Zooms, if that's something you want to do. Other things that always are good attention grabbers when you can send people before and after photos. Even if they're not thinking about weight loss, there's a number of photos that are like before and afters where there hasn't been weight loss, but you see a huge reduction in inflammation. And you're like, yeah, I say Marquet has one. I was just about to look up one of mine because I was looking at a picture of me from about 6 months after I started Plexus and now, and I was like, oh my gosh, I weighed less then, but I'll put it together and show you guys. I was like, wow. So that's kind of the way it works. Don't be afraid to just do things on the fly. If someone is like, yeah, I'm really interested, I'd like to know more. Great. Can you FaceTime me right now? Let's talk about it. Let me tell you about it. We got to keep them in the car. That's what, keep them in the car, keep the conversation going. One thing that I did when I first started too was I was really gung-ho about giving everybody samples. Like, I think legit my first month I gave away 2 bags of Slim because I was giving everybody like a week's worth of samples because I noticed differences right away, like within days. And so I'm like, oh, everyone's going to notice a difference in 3 days, just like I did. And then I would give them a week or 2 weeks worth of Slim and they would be like, I noticed a little bit. I'm not super interested. And I was like, I don't get it. Like, I noticed a difference right away. How did you not notice a difference? But it took me a while to realize that people sometimes don't notice differences that fast. And that's okay. Just means their body is reacting to things differently than I did. So samples are really great for people who, it's a really good option in restarting a conversation. Hey, I know we've talked about Plexus a little bit in the past. I would love to send you a sample so you can see what you think of it and how it fits into your day. It's a really great chance to sample it, taste it, see what you think, and see if it's something that would work into your routine. And then you're just going to send the sample through the app. 2 days. They're not expecting super huge change in those 2 days. If they notice change, awesome. If they don't, and they can say, oh, I didn't really notice anything, you're like, yeah, that's pretty normal. It's not really common to notice change in a couple of days. It takes some consistency, but at least they've been able to taste it, because sometimes that is someone's biggest hang up is they're like, oh, it's going to be gross. And you're like, yeah, it's not gross. I promise. All right. What else? What questions?
I just want to chime in really quickly. I think samples are a great way if you've already had a conversation with someone and, like Tiffany said, they are like, yeah, I'm interested. But yeah, I'd really like to taste test it, because really a sample is just that, right? I mean, most of our products, they're not going to see an immediate difference. Like Active is different. Active, they should be able to feel a difference pretty quickly. But like Slim is one that's going to take some time. So I wanted to just sorry, I'm reading Trevor's message really quick. Tiff, will you read Trevor's message? And okay, let me just hurry and finish this thought so I don't forget it, and then we'll read Trevor's question. Okay, so I just wanted to say there's going to be some people that you're going to talk to on the phone, and they're going to be like, yeah, I really like it. Like, I think it sounds like a great idea. If they're really ready to sign up right then, don't send them through an event. Don't send them through a 3-way chat. Don't do anything like that, because if they're ready, like Tiffany said, keep them in the car. You're in control of the car. Don't let them open the door and get out, because they won't get back in. Okay. So if you have someone who's really gung-ho and who's ready to start and they want to order, then you say to them, yay, I'm so excited you want to give these a try. When can you jump on the phone with me and I can help you get your products ordered?
Not
so
even
you say,
are you free right now?
Yes. Are you? That is better, Tiffany. Thank you. Yes. Are you ready right now? And if they say, no, I'm not ready. Right. Like, I can't talk on the phone right now. Say, okay, great. Could you talk at 4:30 this evening? And then you get them to commit to a time, and then not right now. And then you get their phone number if you don't already have it. And then you get on the phone with them and you sign them up and you get them going. So I just wanted to throw that in there, because there are going to be some people that are like, well, I'm not really sure. And that's when you're like, okay, great. Like, I understand your hesitation. I have these great 2-day samples I'd be willing to like send to you if, you could commit to or to participate in a 3-day challenge group that I have coming up on this day. Or if you could commit to coming to, a quick 30-minute call, or if you could commit to something, like make them commit to come to something and make sure that they actually come to the something before you send the sample. because that will save you some money in the long run. And then that puts more responsibility back on their shoulders. And it's going to let you know if they really are going to be committed and if they really do actually want to learn more information, or if they're just not telling you that and it's going to be wasting your time. Does that make sense? Thank you, Riley. So yeah, so if they do want to get on the phone, or if they do want to sign up, get them on phone and do it over the phone. Don't send them your link. Just don't do it. You are going to have a few people who are going to be really hard, like really stickler about that. If they are really a stickler about it, then I usually say, okay, I understand your hesitation. Why don't we have you log into the computer right now, and I will call you on the phone and I will walk you through it on the phone. You type everything in and I will walk you through it. And then that way you're still not letting them get out of the car. You're still in the car and you're still driving the car. So I just wanted to say that really quick. Okay, so sorry, go ahead.
Oh, one thing I was thinking too, Emily had suggested when you do the samples, you get them to come to the event, like a Zoom or whatever, as the perfect opportunity to say, okay, what do you think? You know, it's going to cost me $10 to send you out samples. If you want, I'll just give you that $10 off. I'll reimburse you $10. Get started right now.
Yeah.
And then that's not going to delay it anymore, because if they're really interested, then why push it out another week waiting for them to get samples?
Mm-hmm. And it never hurts to
Yep,
ask.
exactly.
You're gonna miss every shot you don't take, so take the shot.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to lose. Okay, so couple questions.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Crystalline.
Oh, I
was
was
gonna
just gonna say, do you want me to answer Trevor's or Carly's?
Whichever.
I'll answer Carly's and I'll let you tackle Trevor's. Does that sound fair?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Carly, with explaining the products to people, this is the easiest thing to tell people. I will attach this in when we post this video in the team page when Tiffany does all the messaging examples. But Tiffany has a great little template that really explains just very briefly what Plexus is. And if people have any questions, literally all you need to tell them is Plexus is a health and wellness company that focuses on the big problem. So blood sugar regulation, inflammation, and gut health. Those three things. And everything else literally stems from that. And also throw people in messages with us, because that takes you having to remember everything and know everything off of your plate. And it really helps with that third-party validation. I know you've seen that, like you throw people in messages with me and Tiff or Marquet or even Abby or someone, and we just go boom, 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 and we move them through the process because we've done it so many times and we know kind of what questions to ask. And then you can learn while you're watching us do it, so that you become kind of more of an expert of the whole process of answering questions and moving people through that process while keeping them in the car, if you will. Is that helpful, Carly?
Yes, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And like I said, I'll attach that little explanation in our group page here just in a little bit.
Yeah, that would be great. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We started using that explanation in June, and it's been really good.
Oh,
okay.
cool.
So yeah, it's been really good.
Okay.
So as far as Trevor's question, Trevor asked, how do you keep people interested when and help them, encourage them when they don't see immediate results? And it's frustrating because they want weight loss, or they think, oh, it's a weight loss thing and I'm going to lose weight in 3 days, and then they get discouraged and they quit, and they don't give it that 60 days, 60 to 90 days. So this we have also had lots of problems with retention. Okay, not right now, in a minute. Okay, not right now, please. And swallow what's in your mouth. And the trick that we have found that's helpful is really setting the expectation up front. You can say, yeah, I lost 25 pounds in my first 5 months, but not everybody does that. setting that expectation. Sometimes it takes people 30 to 60 days, sometimes even longer, to notice major change. And a way that you as their sponsor stay on top of that is through really good follow-up. We also have a follow-up template. I don't know if it's in the group yet. If it's not, I'll upload it. As far as when you contact people when they're new and what you say, how do you follow up? Henley, stop or you're gonna have to go out. Okay.
Okay.
And that comes from just hands-on follow-up. And setting that expectation ahead of time. Some people lose weight on it really fast. Some people don't. If people are super sick, reminding them you didn't get sick overnight. It's time. Your body takes time to develop those issues, and it's gonna take time and consistency to heal. So another trick that I have found is when they first start to have them make a list of issues they're dealing with. Whatever they are, weight, digestive issues, allergies, hair loss, acne, autoimmune, whatever the issues are, make a list. And then at the 3-week to 30-day mark, have them review that list and say, okay, take a look at your list. Is there anything that you're noticing improvement in from the list that you made a month ago? And sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I forgot that I put on here that I wasn't sleeping. I'm definitely sleeping a lot better. And sometimes that can spark that reminder that, oh, there has been change, even though maybe the scale's not moving. Also, I learned, or the one thing we learned in Momentum Movement that was a really huge shift for me, especially the first month, was to stop asking if they're noticing. Are you noticing any changes? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Because they're going to be like, yeah, I feel like crap. Like, we don't want to set that expectation like, oh, are you noticing better energy? And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not noticing better energy. It must not be working. So the first time you touch base with them, it's how are you doing with your consistency? Have you taken your products every day? Are you having a hard time remembering to take certain products? Are you drinking your water? Things like that. Asking them. The second week is do you feeling like you're in a good routine at this point? You kind of have everything down. They're like, yep, we're good. Third week, I always like to say, okay, on week 3, I know I noticed like some bloating and my sugar cravings coming back. Are you having any issues like that? And that can sometimes open the door to be like, oh yeah, I've had major tummy issues this week, because we know weeks 2, 3, and 4 are the most common for detox symptoms to happen. And that's right when that auto ship is going to come and they're like, yep, I'm done. But if you can validate those reactions, oh yeah, I remember feeling really sick that week or whatever. Here's how we can troubleshoot. If they're doing triplex, you're going to add in an extra ProBio 5. Or decrease BioCleanse. Or if you need help troubleshooting, let us know, because we've been through all of the scenarios. We can help troubleshoot some of those things that come up, but giving them an opportunity to be like, oh yeah, I have noticed that. Or I had one girl that was like, no, I haven't had any of that. I feel amazing. And I'm like, oh, good. Okay, perfect. And I like those ones. And then just a heads up. Okay, awesome. Your next order is going to come. Remember, you still have another month in your 16-day money back guarantee. So do we need to make any changes, or you want to keep going with what you're doing? Now, I don't offer them. You want me to turn off your subscription? You want me to cancel your order? No. Do you want to stick with what you're doing, or do you want me to change it, help you change it up a little bit based on how your follow-up has gone the previous 30 days? So is that helpful, Trevor?
Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm going to post scripting for the messages and for follow-up messages. Hey, I just got a message. You guys, it's so awesome. Yes, those two things that I will share.
And I will post the, I'm gonna post, I shared this with Angie Apolloni earlier today. And you guys, this is a total like squirrel moment, but use the wording and the verbiage that we're sharing with you because it works. Okay. Angie had reached out to one of her new level ones and had asked about like sharing and all that stuff. And she told her no. Okay. So I taprooted or followed up with all of the new people from my team today. And I reached out to her and talked with her using the verbiage that we have been given. And guess what? She's going to post tonight. So you guys use it because it works. It's proven to work. Okay. So I'm going to post the Plexus explanation, like the overall explanation of Plexus. And then usually, Carly, I forgot to say, when I send that, I'll either send like the Slim XOX video, which I can put in the chat or in our group as well, or I'll do like the triplex video. Those are usually the two that I send. And then I'm also going to put in there the new ambassador welcome that literally Trevor will help too, because it lays out the expectations that we have as well. That's like, be willing to shift, work with me as your sponsor, drink your water, know that like some products aren't going to be for everybody. So it literally like words it and lays it out for you too. So you're not trying to feel like you have to explain all of it because it's there. So I will put that in there as well. So I think that will be helpful, but all right. Anybody else have any other questions? Okay, I think silence is golden. We're good. Yes.
You guys are doing great. You're
Yes,
doing great.
We've had a really exciting month already this month. I'm really, really excited to see what we accomplished this month and going into next month and heading into 2021. So it's going to be fantastic, you guys. I'm really excited. So thank you guys for all jumping on here tonight. I will post this recording a little bit later tonight or first thing in the morning. And then Tiff and I will also get those things we promised you up as well. So
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good night.
you.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.